Welcome to this practice to reflect on the past year so that you can align in your most important core values as you move into the year ahead. I'm so excited to be able to guide you in this practice today because this is an opportunity where most of us are thinking about the past year. Typically, we are ready to move into the next year, to set different goals and even challenges for ourselves, but we don't always take the time to pause and really take an inventory of the last 12 months. And so together, we're going to go on a guided practice for you to really walk yourself through the last 4 seasons of this year so that you can honor those highs and those lows and be able to pull any wisdom that's here for you to take into the new year and decide what you're going to leave behind. This is a practice where we'll be taking advantage of some powerful breath work that will get you out of your head and into your heart so that you can then really walk through this past year with intention and freedom to just see what comes up. I encourage you to pause the recording now if you need to get a journal and something to write with, because this practice is intentionally created for you to be able to just be present with what's happening during the guided portion, and then to be able to really pour out everything that you remember from the practice onto paper once you are done and your eyes are open again. That's going to give you some great information around what really was the most meaningful, what stuck. And then you'll have an opportunity to continue to be able to look at those experiences and see what patterns or trends are there. And hopefully that'll give you a really powerful picture of what would be meaningful for you in this year ahead. My intention for you today is to be able to honor your past so that you can align your future in this new year with the most important core value that's going to give you a sense of personal alignment, of well-being, and authenticity. So please go ahead and make yourself comfortable. This is a practice I would recommend doing laying down if you are in a place where you can do that with ease. Make sure you just take a moment to roll your ankles, your wrists, perhaps even your neck, your arms, whatever's just going to give you a little sense of relief in the body right now. Make any adjustments that you need to just feel totally comfortable, knowing that this is a safe and sacred place for you to really honor this past year. And once you've settled in, begin to elongate your breath. In and out of the nose. Eyes closed. Just noticing the temperature of the air as it moves in and out of your nostrils. Noticing the way that you can feel your rib cage rise and fall with each breath. Noticing how long or short your breath may be. Encouraging you to just take a little bit deeper, slowing down just a little further here. Focusing on the belly now, rising and falling with each breath. And now, using the gift of this breath on each exhale, notice how you can soften around your face, your eyes, releasing any tension you may be holding in your shoulders and neck. Softening your back and your seat. Just making a point to have your muscles relaxed in your legs and your feet. And from this place of ease and stillness, give yourself permission to be fully here, honoring that should your mind wander, there's no judgment needed. Just the reminder that you can come back to your breath, back to this present moment, back to my guidance anytime you wander off. Not a problem. And in a moment, I'm going to guide us through a breathing pattern that's going to allow you to move from your head into your heart and be more present as we reflect on this past year. We'll be breathing to the count of 4, inhaling for 4, holding for 4, exhaling for 4, and holding for 4. Simply follow my guidance, always meeting yourself where you are should you need to change the pattern to serve your needs. So now together, let's inhale and then exhale, and on the following inhale, I'll begin the count. So begin with an inhale, exhale, inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Now you can continue with your long, elongated breath. Whatever pattern serves you. And now, with this clarity of mind and connection to the heart, let's begin to reflect on this past year. In your mind's eye, bring into your image what this past winter was like. Recount those memories that were filled in these months of this past new year. What were your expectations of this time? Where were you proud of how you showed up? What were you doing in these months where perhaps you were indoors staying away from the cold? What projects were you working on? Or people were you spending time with? Just allow whatever comes to mind to be exactly what it is. No judgment, just presence. Noticing as you walk through those months in the winter, what were your high points? And what were your lows? Which values were you activating? And perhaps which values would have served you if you chose to activate them? As you go back to these memories, simply notice them in gratitude for the wisdom they carry and for the growth they created. And now, as you move from the winter into the spring, this time of rebirth, this time where the flowers are coming back, sprouting from the ground, making us so aware of their beauty. What were you sprouting during this time? What was incredibly colorful and beautiful about your experience in the spring of this past year? Where were you investing your energy? And how did it feel? What are you most proud of? Perhaps something that blossomed in a way you didn't know was possible. And where did your roots grow stronger? Knowing there was an opportunity to evolve as a result of a powerful experience. What a gift. What a gift this life is. Bringing a smile to your face. Feel that sunshine of the summer. What did these warmer days bring into your life? Where were you investing your time, your energy, your emotions? What was making you feel the most alive? And what was keeping you from it? Which of your values were being honored with your actions? Which were being ignored? What wisdom did you gain from the summer? And all of those highs and lows, and everything in between. Now moving into the fall. A time where the trees remind us of how beautiful it is to change and let go. What was changing in your life? What were you letting go of? And how did that create so much beauty for you in your journey? And as you move back into the winter, what went into hibernation? What was being planted very deeply for the next thaw, for the spring, the new year? That is a constant reminder that we constantly have the choice to grow, to evolve, to change, to align, and to live our best lives. What is that message for you as we move into this new year? What milestones of most recent have influenced you in the way you see the world? What are those experiences you want to honor? And how might you send yourself so much love, knowing the gift that lives in this honoring? I invite you to bring your hands to your heart on your next inhale and spend a moment here simply connecting with your heartbeat. All the love and gratitude that lives right here. Having recognized what a tremendous year it's been. And how all of those experiences, those highs and lows, everything you could imagine and everything that was unimaginable, all of those live right here in your heart. And all of those experiences shape the way in which you now see the world. The way in which you see yourself. This is where your values live. The parts of you that when you activate them, your whole body says, yes, this is what life is supposed to feel like. This is what it looks like to be alive. Ask your heart now, which of your values is the most important to see through into this new year, to serve as your compass and your guardrails in being able to stay in alignment with what will be the greatest sense of grounding and purpose and well-being. Just ask your heart, which value is this for me? And listen for the answer. Perhaps it's connection, love, authenticity, inner harmony, well-being, vulnerability, adventure. It's amazing what's possible when we tune into our values and choose them. Choose them for the way in which we decide to operate. Not caring about what anyone else thinks. Knowing that our values live inside of us at all times and are just waiting to be activated, rewarding us with this incredible feelings of aliveness and possibility. What a gift. What a gift. And with that knowing, just take a moment and bow your head towards your heart. Just saying thank you. Thank you for being the keeper of all of these life experiences, of all of this wisdom, and of all of these values that make me uniquely me. And with that, let's take one deep breath in and out. One more breath in and out. You can release your hands. When you're ready, you can slowly flutter your eyes open. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Just gently and gracefully bring yourself back into your room, back into this present moment. Continuing to feel gratitude for making this space to do this important reflection, for choosing to reflect, connect, and grow as you move into this new year. And now I invite you to bring out your journal and writing utensil and simply put pen to paper and write down everything that came up for you, over this past year. You may want to categorize it by season. You may simply want to put down what comes to mind. And I encourage you to suspend judgment and ignite compassion for whatever is true for you. There's no right or wrong amount of things that come up here. And there is only the perfection in your honesty, in meeting yourself where you are, not where you want to be. So I encourage that once you get everything written down in the paper, you can start to see what patterns and trends may have existed in the past year from those experiences, those milestone moments. And from there, you can reverse engineer your values to connect them to those moments. So for example, you may have a high point moment in which you were having a wonderful experience camping, being out with your family, playing in a stream. If that was a high point moment, you could connect the values of potentially unity with nature, family stability, connection, to name a few. But you simply put what's right for you. Again, it's not about getting it done perfectly. It's about tuning in to what makes sense to you. And from there, I encourage you to decide, based on these patterns and trends over the last year, what value could I choose as my compass for this year to come? How might I define that? And what promise or promises might I make to actually live that value so I can activate it regularly? This is an invitation to do whatever is going to serve you best, nothing more and nothing less. I am so grateful that you joined me today in this reflection, and I look forward to celebrating with you as we move into the new year. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you have a very happy new year ahead.